Okay, I'm back. We are working on another character here. Um, Not sure yet, actually. Just trying to design him. He might be one of the Iron Guardians, which is one of these like constructs. Actually, no one really knows who they are, but they're just these basically these guardians of old destroyed temples and ruins that the heroes will come across as an obstacle. And not much is known about them. They're just they were made before. They were made, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So the craft of no one knows who made them, how they were made. There's rumors, and people have their own theories, but nobody knows. So I'm thinking this hand here, this will be a. So this is just a regular hand. This is going to be some kind of clawed gauntlet that he can use in combination with his sword. They're always covered pretty much from head to toe in armor, so you never see their skin, you never see any part of their body. So I might think of giving him some knee. He has these called sabatons, leg armor, plate boots. Not sure I want to put a knee on him or not. I have him on there right now, but I might get rid of that. So I don't want to be. I'll probably just have like a gambeson, some undershirt under here, the gauntlets. I want this guy to be faster. Some of them are more tanky, just bigger and uh, stronger. This guy's supposed to be more fast, so he gets in close. It's a short sword, and this bladed gauntlet here, or clawed gauntlet. Gotta remember to keep this on the screen. I keep pulling it towards me in last video. I was an idiot. Didn't realize that. I mean, I recorded vertically, but yeah, I changed that. Guess you learn as you go here, but I kept pulling it down like this and then drawing and pushing it back up. So I'm trying to keep it centered so you can actually see what I'm doing here. These legs. These are like padded, basically like Under Armour padding, linen or whatever you want to call it, quilted, something like that, just to protect from some leg protection here. See, the boots are plate, but these are, like I said, padded linen. So rather than being, not that you couldn't be, obviously it's fantasy, so you could be fully plated and still have speed. But I'm trying to go for sort of a functionality. What's this? What's the when I draw, armor and stuff, I try to think of the character. You know what I mean, what's the function? You know what I mean, and even though these are essentially, they could just be, these things don't have to eat. They don't have. They just are. They don't have to eat or anything like that. Sleep. Well, they do like slumber. You know what I mean? They kind of sleep until someone comes near their wherever they're guarding, and then they awake. But as far as functionality, they could be wear heavy armor and still run around and be fast and be strong. But uh, if the main character like Dravik, he's a mercenary, kind of a nomadic when the story starts. You know what I mean, he goes from place to place, basically taking mercenary contracts and stuff like that. So I kept him. He has a plate. He does have a what do you call it, like a cuirass plate, chest, shoulders and stuff. But his right, like he has a gauntlet or a bracer rather on this left arm. Dravik, not this guy, my main character, the protagonist. And this arm, it's just like the wraps. You always see the wraps, and maybe a glove over top of them, like a leather, a heavy leather glove to block bladed blows. And he just wears like some leather, leather boots with some like armor on the heel and on the front here, just for some protection. But he's pretty, he wants to be able to travel and move. So I try to keep him not, full plate armor constantly. I'm trying to think how to do this gauntlet here. I'm simplifying it, you look at real gauntlets, they have like 15 different plates, so your finger pins, but I'm not going to do that many. I'm trying to simplify it, just get the point across so you understand what it is, and not trying to over detail these. I want to keep them simple because I have to redraw it. I have to redraw it a bunch of times by myself. I'm the only one working on this, so I don't want to have to, take 7 hours to draw the same character every time. So and I like this sort of style. I really like Avatar. I love Teen Titans. Um, what else was I thinking here? Samurai Jack, Primal. Like Samurai Jack still looks so cool, but it's such a simple. I can't say simple, but it's such a blocky shit. A lot of blocky shapes and angular lines. So, um, but man, I love that show. But it still ends up being cool, and you still watch. You're like, dude, that's badass. You still think he looks just cool. Fighting's great. So if you can, if I can accomplish that, that'd be great. And I like a lot of the. I'm going to work on some uh, headshots of Dravik here in the next week or so for doing different. What's the word? It's late. I'm trying to think what I'm saying here. Oh, different expressions. If you look at some of the expressions, and actually, I'll get my book to show you. Look at some of these expressions. I have this Avatar, the Art of Avatar book here. It's awesome, dude. I suggest picking this up. It's phenomenal. If you like Last Airbender, but look at some of these. Like even this show, you get the characters are great. You get like super emotionally invested in them. But at the same time, there's times it's just such a badass show, and it's just it's so cool. At the same time, it ends up still being goofy at times. It's the perfect balance here. Hold on, let me show you some of these expressions. Look at this. This is really cool. I love this book. You see it? Yeah. Look at that. Look how exaggerated his mouth is. That one's funny. There's some different ones too, like these. Yeah. And you have the cool ones. Just the regular face there. Some of these different expressions of their faces. Sokka's in here. That's Katara. I'll show you. This is Sokka here. But look at all these different. Look at his eyes change, from his regular just standing stance, regular stance, neutral, I guess, like this. Look how different his eyes look in every. But somehow, don't ask me how. I ain't a master, but it all reads as the same character. I think it's best not to overthink it, and I draw characters now. Wonder, do they look the same? They look the same, but They do. Everyone reads the same. You think of Dragon Ball Z and how much it changed, and how many different artists worked on it, and still know it's the same character. There might be some slight differences here and there, but So I'm gonna try and do a look at some of this movement, man. This foreshortening and stuff. It's awesome. It looks like he's moving. It's awesome. Look how exaggerated that face is. Really cool stuff. So yeah, a lot of stuff to work on, but it's my next goal. Is trying to get the expressions down and expressions. So I use this for reference. If anyone wonders, I use reference for everything. I don't care. I used to just beat myself up over trying to draw something from my head, and then you realize you watch these, watch these videos from people that are professional, been doing this for years and years, and 99% of them use reference. So, so I don't care. I use reference. I got over that. I used to get so frustrated with my drawing, and because I couldn't draw from my mind. But yep, I get reference for pretty much everything. Okay, what am I gonna do here? I'm trying to think what I'm gonna do with his. I just kind of drew the pose, then I kind of thought of the character later. So, what I wanted to be. And for now, he's one of, like I said, the Iron Guardians that I talked about earlier. But that may change. May not be. I'm not sure. Because as Dravik goes along his adventures and travels, he'll meet other mercenaries that are, won't spoil anything, but in the same contracts as him or different contracts, and he'll meet them along the way. So there'll be a lot of different, a couple of different mercenaries that are doing different contracts, and there's contracts on these beasts, and there is these. Basically, there's well, obviously different. It's fantasy. There's a lot of different creatures, but there is these super powerful beasts called primal beasts, and they were basically created at the beginning of time. They don't, and when they die, they don't necessarily die. They kind of just form in like a crystal, like an orb, like a crystal kind of orb that has to do with either. This isn't all set in stone, but this is a basic idea. But when they die, and they're hard to kill. I have one called Leorith that I made. Let's see if I can find a picture of him. Pull it up here. Hold on. There he is. You can see it. It's called the Leorith. That's his name. So he's going to be lightning-based stuff, electricity. I put a little silhouette of a guy there to show his size. Wherever they die, these crystals form, and they are an item that people want to harness because it increases your. You can put them, get them smithed into your chest arm or wherever, just by having one near you actually can increase your power. So people are hunting these beasts, and yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but you'll see more as the drawing of the comic goes on. I used to overthink the armor too, and I try to make it somewhat functional, but man, I got so obsessed with the functionality of how like real world armor works. It was just maddening, because then I would try to draw every little, it would essentially have a split here, right? And the front and back would go on, and then it would buckle right here. It would be like a buckle or a strap to tighten them down. And that's the kind of stuff I'm mitigating, because I'm just trying to get the point, because I could go in there and do all that. I could go in there and do this, you know what I mean? Have all the lines in here for these, because it's padding, which I'm going to add a couple, just like this, just to hint that it's padding, like that. Just simple lines, just to get the point across that it's some sort of padding. Maybe even go like this, and that's it. I'm not going to go crazy, because you could go in here, you could put this line here where it's sewed and stitched. You could go in every single little line here and get every pad in there, every little crisscross, but I'm not doing it. I do draw stuff like that sometimes, but this is supposed to be, going to be drawn over and over and over. I don't want to have to, like I said, draw it for 5 hours. But yeah, I'm hoping to have this Should have been published by now. I want to have this published this year. That's my goal. So I may actually, instead of giving an entire gauntlet, I may just have his hand covered, and this might just be a, glove or whatever. It's on it, and his little bracer will have a hand covering here, maybe like this. And that'll cover his hand, just the top part like that. Right there it bends so he can move his wrist up and down and stuff. And maybe this will be the armor part, and then this will be like a whatever color his arms or his shirt is. His undershirt under his armor here. I have trouble usually in videos. Usually it's only my second full one where I'm talking, but I get kind of like under the camera and you get all shy and don't know what to say. It's really hard when I notice when I'm trying to sketch, when I'm first starting a sketch. But once I have like a little layout, like when I started this video, he was somewhat laid out, just the body. And now I'm adding all the extra stuff. This makes it easier. I can talk while doing that while thinking. It's really hard when I'm just starting to sketch out to do this, to think and talk and be able to talk. But yeah, pretty cool so far. I think what kind of helmet to give him here. All right. So, like even here, the cloak, I could put these things here, like it's attached, but I'm not gonna. I may do that, but I might actually put his hood up. I haven't decided just yet. So, work on his armor here a little bit. Sometimes you put like a piece here, it goes up so the armor can. Think of it, a breastplate actually it's called that because it only goes right here, just down to like above your ribs, so you can bend at your core. You have another that goes up, and usually what it does is this piece comes up. Well, there's different kinds. It usually comes up like this, right? To the chest, and you're sitting there, it can buckle to this neck piece that comes down, I believe, like the neck protector. And they can buckle right here, so that's. And what happens is you can bend, you can bend your whole torso inside of there. But, and don't quote me, what I read is that they're like that upwards, and like a lot of fantasy stuff goes like this. So this top part overlaps the lower. But I don't know if this is true. I don't know where I read this or saw this, but so they have them. So this breastplate goes down to that because you can. So someone couldn't take a dagger basically and ram it up when you're fighting, ram it up under this plate. So I don't know if that's true. Makes sense though to me. Okay. So what am I doing now here? I'm just gonna do this just to give myself an idea of some shades here. Get an idea what I'm going for. This is bicep. Okay. Here I'll probably do the same thing. I do like the what's the word? Oh, different on both sides. What's that called? I know the word. I say all the time I can think of it. Basically, when it's this side's different, it's not just the same whole way around. So I may just I'm not sure. I'll just keep these bracers the same ones. So this one, like I said, is clawed. This one's not. And this will all be, whatever, some kind of protective layer. I'm not going to overthink it. I can overthink this real easy, and then I'm like, well, this should be, You know, they have a tunic and they have a gambeson, which is padding under it to protect that. And over that, they have chainmail. And over that, so I'm not doing all that. I mean, certain characters have a little bit. Again, I have to draw this over and over and over. I'm trying to think of what kind of shape I want for his helmet here. I almost want it to be like, you're not fully covering his face, but covering enough where, you know, like this kind of deal. This is generic, but just to get the point across, where this is, where this part is, you know, his eye, you can see his eyes in there. It's black, you know, something like that. The armor I'll stick with, actually. I think that's, I'm just going to keep it as is. Maybe put some sort of symbol or something here, but I may not. I like this. I like to keep a little bit, you know, not overly detailed here. Might just make this a lighter, you know. I know that leather armor or something like that. You have a little, you know, flap here or something. Maybe not. Yeah, looking pretty good. I think. Maybe not. You tell me, I guess. What do you think? Hey guys, appreciate any support, so forget to like it. Like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. Again, I'm just trying to do this for a living. I love this. I love drawing. Drawing my whole life. And I've actually known since about second grade. I was in second grade. I knew what I wanted to do: draw comics or do something with art. So what I'm hoping to do at some point, I have list of things I want to do. Obviously, there's only so much time in a day. Is make little, like, couple second, 5, whatever, 6, 7, 8, 10-second animations, fighting ones. Simple. I wouldn't draw this whole character. I'd probably just draw like a little, frame of one, his body, and keep it simple, like this. But I'd have some kind of fighting animation. You get the point. Okay, stick with that for now. It's pretty good. I put some things around his arms. I don't know what, just for fun. Straps or something. Maybe not. It's good for now. I'll stick with that. And that. And this will be, I think this will be, I might make this a gauntlet. I'm not sure. One of the knuckles, like that. You know what I mean? Something that's not overly complex. That one, just go under here. Let's put this like that. Oh, maybe it should go that way, huh? Oh, I hate erasing such a small space. Okay. These fixed up. What I'll do is I'll make this, I'll probably ink this like I did with you watched the last video, that character Zek. I'm going to do color him in another video. He's just a little bit too long. I want a little bit too long to do the whole drawing. I mean, I don't think it's too long, but I don't know, people will sit there and watch, 2.5 hours of drawing. But then what I'll do is I'll combine those two videos and I'll put them into a time lapse, music over top of them, and that. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's cool. It's like a claw gauntlet. Not too bad. Okay, you get his helmet space in there, and we do some light shading, and then probably call it after that, and they'll color it, ink it, and color it in the next one. I mean, once that's going to get some reference for his helmet. Just trying to think what kind of shape I like. I'm just going to draw it over here just to get an idea. Right, do that. Draw a square, a triangle on top there. Not such an extreme. This come up, visor like this, maybe, and this piece come up, something like that, maybe. Shouldn't this be maybe so low, but I'm trying to exaggerate a little bit. Let's come up like that. Closer to the edge, this curve down. It should actually be back further like this. It's the angle, curve like that, center line. Kind of cool. Yeah, I'll play with it a little bit and see what comes out. Get rid of this. Already what it looks like. There. Kind of cool. It's pretty cool, I think. And this whole line here. This is just to show, like, I don't know if this works or not, but to make it look like, it's round, not flat, so to make it look like it's the front of it's round around his head. I just do a simple, whether this works or not, I don't know, but this is how I do it. I don't really know anything, so the hell do I know? Okay. I just put a simple, like that. It's a good idea of having, I guess, some sort of roundness to it rather than being a flat shape. Maybe one here. think I made this is the goes need to go to the right a little bit with this. Maybe narrow the eyes too, so not so. And turn it here for a second. Yeah, that looks better. It's too far back. This goes along the line, right? This tilt goes along the line. Say. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Wish me luck. This is the center line on his face. Put that in first. Do where helmet lays on his head. A little bit. She works because his jawline's already curves like that, so right in his brow, this up here like this, with that curve a little bit. Bring this down to the this piece here. I guess that'd be, you know, you lift it, you can see your face. And the point's cool, but I think I'm just going to keep it round. It's all subject to change too, you know, it's just the first design. So I might change it down the line, mess around with a couple different helmets. What I was doing earlier, I kept flipping back. It's probably jarring in the video, but I was referencing for his sword because I drew a couple swords here. Hold on, let me find the page. Here it is. So I drew a couple swords. Let's get an idea of different swords here. I'll just give him that one here. Primal blade, short sword. Oh, I know what that is. Just to have a reference, my own reference that I already drew. Kind of cool to keep him just nothing there, just a blank face. Kind of cool. So they're supposed to seem not like aliens, but more, not familiar to what people normally see. Obviously, they have armor and swords and stuff, but like that. You mean? You're thinking, oh, how does he see? There's no eye slots, but these are too high or something. I don't know what's going on here. See? Keep screwing up his eyes. Look good over there. I think this is too high, actually. Right here. Change that curve. Lower that little side part of the helmet. Center line there. Get an idea. That helps. Definitely helps. Getting set up. Things, placed where you want them. Okay, that one looks good. think that head's turned more than this one. That's why. I think it still has to come in a little bit more than the one that in the other the helmet drawing. Sorry, I mumble sometimes here. Start my words when I'm thinking about something. Sometimes it's hard to focus while you're drawing, or talk while you're drawing. Focus on what you're saying. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm happy with it. Looks good enough. So this should be a little thinner, not as thick. Oh, the angle. See? I'm obsessing over this one eye. We get stuck on this for 10 minutes. Okay. Looks good. Stop touching it. Make it worse. Okay, I'm done. That's good. I'm just gonna stick with it. I'm not gonna sit here and obsess over that little part. That's good. Okay. Pretty good. They're protecting his head, which is good. They all have helmets on. All the Iron Guardians all wear some sort of helmet, so you'll never see them without them. Well, you may. I don't know. You'll have to check out the comic and see. It's called Legends from Leorith. Fantasy. But I'd say there's a little bit of, it's a culmination of all the things I like, Avatar, Teen Titans, Dragon Ball, Berserk. So, yeah. They aren't super powered, but, they're going to be tougher than, regular humans. Lower this. Actually, I like that arc, that line right there. Okay, keep that. Cool. There we go. I am happy with that. I said this last video, but I say it every video. If you have any suggestions, I'm gonna start doing. People start actually watching and enjoying this and follow me. I'll take suggestions for characters. Like I said, it could be a prompt. Say any kind of prompt. Just whatever. Wolf, warrior or something. Or if you have a character that you like. Original character preferably. I've drawn so much fan art in my life. I get burnt out on it. I still do it. But it'd be nice to draw something different because it mixes it up. It helps with, honestly helps me too, as much as it helps increase your drawing skill. If you have an original character you created, give me an idea. Give me, okay, she has blue hair. She's, it doesn't have to be fantasy either. It could be sci-fi. It could be superhero. You name it. Western. I don't care. Because it mixes up what I'm drawing, All it does is increase your drawing skill to draw different genres. Yeah, give me a character. This is my original character. She has, blue hair. She's a cyborg. She's, give me an idea of a personality. Give me, details, but also leave me some room to work with so I can play around with a little bit. But yeah, so if you want an original character design, I got a suggestion from my last video about to make a Bigfoot type monster. Not Bigfoot himself, but based on Bigfoot. So I'm going to work on that at some point here. Comment from the last video. Mary asked me to do that, so I'm going to do that here over the next, couple weeks. Once I get this, and then I get Zach, the other character I drew in the last video, colored. I might be doing a lot of black and white. I'll be doing both, black and white and coloring. So, okay. Put some, darken some of these lines up. And yeah, I have. I was interested. I do have Instagram. It's Drew D Rose Art. One word on Instagram. A lot of stuff up there. I have Facebook, but Facebook kind of sucks, so it's pretty much trash. And Instagram, they all suck really, but I like YouTube here the most because you get to interact with people and people seem to comment and you can actually interact, with people. But once I get further ahead in this comic and stuff, what I'm going to do is probably try to do some crowdfunding. If I have any luck, we'll see what happens. I'll try crowdfund it on Indiegogo or Kickstarter or something. But I think for now that'll be it for this video. I will do a second one with this one where I ink them, color them, because this one's running pretty long. Yeah, I'm almost at, what am I at here? 52 minutes? Yeah, I'm almost at an hour. So yeah, I'm going to call this one done, and then I will, next time I'll ink them, color them, and like I said, if you have any suggestions or things you want drawn, or leave some comments. I'd like to get your feedback. Spark a conversation. Get a community going here. All right, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Take care.